Everyone online has a formula. No contact for 30 days. Use this exact message. Make her jealous with a rebound. And maybe you've tried one, or all of them. But deep down, you already know, none of it gave you what you were really searching for: clarity, peace, or her heart back. It's easier to chase tactics than to face truth. Because the truth isn't loud, it doesn't promise overnight change or instant results. The truth is quiet, but undeniable. Getting your ex back is simple. Not easy, but simple. You don't need a master plan, you need a mirror. The shift begins when you stop trying to impress her and start becoming a man you'd respect in your own silence. This isn't about fixing a broken moment. It's about rebuilding the foundation she quietly stopped trusting. And sometimes the work that draws her back isn't the one she can see, but the one she can feel. If this speaks to where you are right now, like the video, subscribe to Stoic Station, and stay with me, because what comes next could change how you move, not just with her, but with yourself. Part 1. Why relationships really break down. We often convince ourselves it was the last argument, the cold silence, the final text left unread. But the truth is, breakups rarely happen in one moment. They happen slowly, over time, beneath the surface. What ends a relationship isn't always loud or dramatic. It's quiet, subtle. It's the moment she stops believing in the potential of what you two could have built together. It's not about what you said last. It's about what she stopped feeling when she looked at you. Maybe she stopped feeling safe. Maybe she stopped feeling understood. Maybe she couldn't see a future with you anymore. Not because she didn't care, but because she couldn't trust that the foundation would hold. That realization might sting, but it's also the doorway to growth, because now you can stop chasing symptoms and start addressing the cause. Every strong relationship stands on 3 pillars: emotional safety, the ability to be fully seen, heard, and accepted; intellectual intimacy, the trust and respect to handle life as true partners; and goal synergy, the shared direction that turns me and you into us. When one of those pillars starts to crack, the relationship doesn't always break right away, but it begins to wobble. And once the vision of the future collapses, even if the love still lingers, she starts to pull away, not to hurt you, but to protect herself. That's not the end of the story, but it is the truth you have to stand on if you ever want to rewrite it. Part 2. The 5 simple steps to reconciliation. This is where most people get it wrong, not because they don't care, but because they're trying too hard to fix something on the surface without addressing what truly matters underneath. You think reconciliation is about convincing her, saying the right thing, proving you've changed with the perfect message. But reconciliation doesn't happen through persuasion. It happens through transformation, and not hers, yours. There are only 5 steps that truly matter, and they are simpler than you've been led to believe. First, you state your intention, not to plead, not to pressure, but to express with quiet strength that you are open to rebuilding if the door ever reopens. Not because you need her, but because you respect what was shared. Then you give her space, not strategic space, real, unconditional space, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. You let her breathe, because trust cannot grow in captivity. Then comes the step where most men fall apart, because it's not about her at all, it's about you. Step 3 is where the work begins. Becoming someone better, not to win her back, but because the man you were before wasn't enough to hold the relationship together. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were unfinished. You grow, not for applause, not for display, but in silence. That kind of change can't be faked, and it's the only change that actually lasts. Then one day, maybe she reaches out. Not because you chased her, but because your absence now feels different than it once did. And when that moment comes, step 4 is about being steady, not emotional, ready, not reactive. You don't return to the past. You meet her from a new place, calmer, clearer, stronger. And if connection begins again, step 5 is not a return, it's a recreation. This is not about continuing the old story. It's about co-writing a new one with different values, different communication, and a version of you who no longer needs to be rescued, only respected. It sounds simple, and in truth it is. But the trap is this: most men never make it past step 2. They get stuck in the spiral of, should I text her? Should I ignore her? What if she moves on? Their energy remains focused on chasing her attention instead of earning their own self-respect. And because they skip the very step that could shift everything, they repeat the same emotional pattern and wonder why nothing changes. But if you can resist the urge to act out of panic and choose instead to act out of purpose, step 3 won't just prepare you to reconnect with her, it will make you proud to reconnect with yourself. Part 3. The Trap. Overcomplicating what's simple. Let's be honest with ourselves. When a relationship ends, especially one that left a mark on your soul, it's tempting to search for the one missing piece, the perfect message, the flawless plan. You find yourself spending hours watching videos, dissecting text conversations, downloading scripts, chasing the next strategy that promises to bring her back. And for a while, it feels like you're doing something productive, like you're fighting for love. But underneath all that activity is something harder to admit. You're trying to avoid the stillness. You're trying to prevent her from taking the space she clearly asked for. And that's the exact reason she keeps pulling away. This is what we call the perfect solution fallacy. The belief that if you just find the right emotional algorithm, you can bypass the pain, skip the growth, and reverse what happened. But the more you chase tactics, the more burned out and hollow you feel. Because deep down, you know this has nothing to do with a clever sentence or a 30-day silence rule. You're building emotional scaffolding on a cracked foundation, and no message, no method, no magic formula can hold that together. The harsh truth is this: if she still believed in the relationship, she wouldn't have left. That doesn't mean she doesn't care. It means something broke inside her that no words could instantly repair. And until you stop trying to outmaneuver her emotions and start confronting your own, nothing will change. You don't need a better script. You need a deeper sense of self. You don't need more noise. You need clarity. The answer isn't out there in some secret technique. It's in here, in the version of you that's been neglected while you focused on controlling the outcome. The longer you search for shortcuts, the longer you delay the one thing that actually brings her back, the undeniable strength of real transformation. And that only begins when you stop overcomplicating what is, at its core, painfully simple. Part 4. Why Step 3, Self-Improvement, is the game changer. No one tells you this up front, but it's the most important truth you'll ever hear in this process. Your ex isn't going to come back because of who you were. She might come back because of who you've become. That shift, the one that changes everything, isn't about appearances or performance. It's not about posting gym selfies or pretending you've moved on with someone new. It's not about playing hard to get or showcasing success on social media. It's about doing the kind of internal work that no one applauds, no one sees, and no one can fake. It's about learning to sit with your own discomfort without numbing it. It's about developing the ability to regulate your emotions, to stay calm in moments where you used to collapse or explode. It's about understanding your patterns, your triggers, your blind spots, and taking full ownership of the man you were in that relationship. It's about building communication that connects, not convinces. And most of all, it's about becoming someone who no longer needs to be chosen in order to feel worthy. You don't do this to get her back. You do it because you're no longer okay being the version of yourself she had to walk away from. You do it because something in you knows this isn't just about reconciliation, it's about restoration. Not of the relationship, but of your own strength, clarity, and integrity. And here's where the heartbreak becomes real. When she finally reaches out, when the door cracks open, most men fail. They fumble that moment because they've spent all their energy hoping for it instead of preparing for it. They're still the same, still reactive, still unsure, still trying to impress her instead of embodying change. And without meaning to, they show her the very thing she feared. Nothing has truly changed. If you don't take step 3 seriously, if you treat self-improvement like a tactic instead of a transformation, you'll prove her right for leaving. But if you commit to the quiet work, the kind of growth that doesn't need to be seen, you won't need to convince her you've changed. She'll feel it, and whether she comes back or not, you'll walk forward knowing you became the man you were always meant to be. Part 5. What happens if you skip the inner work? This is the part most men don't want to talk about, but it's also the part that makes all the difference. If you skip the inner work, you don't just stay stuck. You stay exactly where she left you, emotionally frozen in time, still reaching for answers through reaction instead of reflection, still chasing a feeling, a version of love that no longer fits who either of you are, still hoping that what broke can be repaired with words, gestures, or timing, instead of real growth. And when the opportunity to reconnect finally appears, because sometimes it does, you won't be ready for it. You'll fall right back into the patterns she walked away from. The neediness, the over-explaining, the subtle pressure to validate your worth. And when things fall apart again, as they often do in that cycle, the pain turns outward. You start to blame her. You convince yourself she's emotionally damaged, cold, maybe even a narcissist, or the blame turns inward and you start believing you're just not cut out for love, that maybe you're too broken, that relationships just don't work for people like you. But the truth is quieter and harder. You didn't grow, you didn't prepare. You spent your time trying to control the story rather than rewrite your role in it. You focused on getting her attention instead of earning your own respect. And the most painful part of all, you knew. Deep down, a part of you knew what needed to change. You just didn't act on it. And that's not a failure, it's a warning. Because the next time the door opens, if you're still the same man standing on the other side, you won't just lose her again, you'll lose trust in yourself. And that's much harder to rebuild. But here's the thing, it's not too late. Growth doesn't happen on her timeline. It happens the moment you stop trying to be chosen and start choosing to evolve. So what does this all mean for you? It means that simple doesn't mean effortless, but it absolutely means possible. And that's the quiet power you've been overlooking all along. There's a kind of relief that comes when you realize you don't have to wait for her text to begin again. You don't need her permission to grow. You don't need the perfect timing, or a sign from the universe, or a flawless plan to get her back. Because what truly shifts everything doesn't begin with her. It begins with you, and it can begin right now. You can start reflecting on what really broke, not just what happened, but why it happened. You can begin to understand how emotional safety is built, how trust is earned, how leadership in love is quiet but powerful. You can learn to respond instead of react, to lead with presence instead of pressure, and to love from a place that doesn't demand anything in return. And maybe, somewhere down the line, she reaches back out. Maybe she notices the difference. Maybe she feels it. But by then, the goal isn't to win her back. It's to stay aligned with the man you've become, a man who no longer fears loss because he's already found his center, a man who no longer needs to prove anything because his growth speaks louder than words ever could. So no, getting your ex back isn't easy. It challenges everything soft, fragile, and impatient inside you. But it is simple in the sense that you already know what needs to happen. You just have to stop avoiding it. Your job was never to chase her. It was to become the kind of man she could trust again. The kind of man she may have left behind, but never truly forgot. The man who stopped trying to convince her and started becoming undeniable. And that journey starts now. If something in this message stirred you, even just a little, don't rush past it. Let it settle, because clarity doesn't always come through noise. Sometimes it arrives in the quiet, in the gentle recognition that who you've been is no longer enough for who you're becoming. This journey, it's not about learning how to manipulate her feelings. It's about learning how to meet yourself. Honestly, bravely, maybe for the very first time. Not with shame, but with responsibility. Because once you understand that you were the foundation she needed to believe in, and that foundation cracked, you'll also understand something powerful. Rebuilding it is entirely in your hands. You don't need more strategies. You need more substance. You don't need to prove anything to her. You need to become someone who no longer needs to. And when you do, when you step into the kind of growth that can't be posted, can't be performed, and can't be undone, you'll feel the shift. You'll walk with calm. You'll speak with less need. You'll begin to love without fear. And whether she returns or not, you'll already be home in yourself. So if this touched something real in you, like the video, subscribe to Stoic Station and stay with the process. Not for her approval, but for your evolution, because she may have left you once, but that doesn't mean she ever forgot who you had the potential to become, and now neither will you.